guys, it's TEW2016 Maxwell here, and welcome to another episode of TNA Making an Impact. Recording this quite late, so I might be quieter than usual, as we're maybe about an hour away from, is it Death or Decay? The thing that's going to be in TNA, so it has happened by the time this goes live, by a few days, but really looking forward to it. But it's our go-home show, or Turning Point apparently. I thought it was No Surrender. Turns out that was a pay-per-view I've already did, so that was why it was in my mind, but apparently it is Turning Point, so ignore any No Surrender mentions and think of it as Turning Point. So hopefully we'll take a Turning Point at the next pay-per-view where we stop making mistakes. But anyway, we'll carry on. Hope you enjoyed the episode, and let's go. So 4,324 at the Anchorage football stadium, we'll go with that. In a terrible pre-show matchup, we had Phoenix defeat Grado, Robbie E, Braxton Sutter and Crazy Steve at 9:51, when Phoenix defeated Braxton Sutter with a Meteora. Phoenix carried the match, a matchup just to give him momentum going into Sunday. At D-41, Braxton Sutter did some... he was off his game. It was Ali that did some good work at ringside, being his manager. Crazy Steve was off his game, but his manager, Rosemary, did some good work. Robbie with 33, 35 for Grado, 45 for Phoenix, 36 for Braxton Sutter, and a 34 for Crazy Steve. Crazy Steve improves in rumble skills, and a few negatives here, as to be expected. So we start the show proper, our last before Turning Point, with Magnus coming out, and he's out in the rings pacing around, something's up. Before we get this bloody show started, there's something I want to address. Now, when I returned to TNA, I was meant to be the returning hero. Big star around here. But no, suddenly Devitt arrives, Barrett arrives, then Jericho. This has caused me to be overlooked, and it is nothing short of disgraceful. I could have went elsewhere and reigned supreme as a World Heavyweight Champion. But I decided to return to my old kingdom, to reign again. A Bound for Glory Chris Jericho get lucky in defeating me. That was nothing more than a bit of luck, and I still feel I deserve to be the next TNA World Heavyweight Championship #1 contender. And I refuse to leave this ring until I am. So, C64 Magnus promo, stating his intent that he wants to be #1 contender going forward. No skill improvements, just high morale as a positive. This leads to Carly coming out. She says, "How dare you threaten me into giving in to your demands? You're just lucky I see you as a marquee talent in this company, and I have an idea for a blockbuster match this Sunday. You want to become the new #1 contender, and so do a few other guys. So this Sunday, at Turning Point, we'll see a few rivalries interchange with each other, as you will face Chris Jericho, Bobby Lashley and Adam Cole in a fatal four-way match, with the winner becoming the new TNA World Heavyweight Championship #1 contender." So a C-55 promo. Is there anything else to the promo? Yep, Magnus is clearly frustrated, but he accepts it. As we got a commercial, got the crowd hotter, Carly underperformed, and it improves the I Know It Was You storyline between Lashley and Adam Cole. So next up, we have a match that had some decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat, and it saw EC3 defeat Mahalabala Shira in 8:05 with the Sweet Meat Sizzler. A C62, good win for EC3. He's not suited to his gimmick, it got the crowd hotter. Shira with 30 and EC3 with a very impressive 72. No skill improvements. That matchup that puts EC3 over, and the negatives here are for Shira. So this is what's going to happen to that stupid little lucha midget Rey Mysterio this Sunday. I'll get my revenge and prove that the Carters still rule this world. Turns round and he nails Shira in the head with the microphone, and he starts beating him down before from the back runs Rey Mysterio, who ducks under EC3, bounces off the ropes and nails a crossbody. EC3 runs at Rey, who pulls the ropes down, and EC3 goes flying to the outside. EC3 regains his composure and slowly backs up the ramp, while Mysterio checks on Shira. So a good promo there, a good little segment. And we'll see this little Sunday, you pipsqueak. You won't get me from behind then. So he's threatening Rey Mysterio. C plus 66. You building me storyline advances and another negative for EC3's gimmick. Overall, I'm pretty happy with that, and they two will collide in the rematch this Sunday. Next up in a poor match, Bram defeats Chris Melendez in 6:27 with the Velvet Noise. C minus 54. Melendez for 28, Bram with a 54. No skill improvements, and a few negatives there. Inconsistency, poor momentum for Chris Melendez, but a win for Bram, giving him some momentum. Bram then has a few things to say. He says, "So yeah, I've been gone for a little bit. Carly again left me out with nothing to do, so it was up to me to make a statement and take out one of the biggest names this company has in Jeff Hardy. Now, it was nothing personal against Jeff, just a warning, saying that I'm not here to be a company man. I'm here not to make up the numbers, I'm here to make money and beat people up. I get to do both of this on Sunday. I get a pay-per-view check, and I get to go one-on-one with Jeff Hardy. Brother Nero, more like Brother No More." So a C63 promo from Bram, pretty strong. It continues the storyline between him and Jeff, and these two will collide on pay-per-view. So good match up there. But I'm looking forward to hopefully getting a good rating from. Next up, Mike TNA also reveals that Carly has made a triple threat match this Sunday for the TNA World Tag Team Championships. The BC will indeed defend their titles against the Wolves and also the Tribunal. So E plus 34, good opportunity for Baron Dax and Cecile Baraka to show us what they can do. Next up, an extremely short match, James Storm defeats Abyss in 2:52 when Abyss intentionally got disqualified, nails James Storm in the head with a beer bottle. For a C minus 55, James Storm with a 49, Abyss with a 59, and the Chaos Drunk storyline advances. No skill improvements as expected. Few negatives again because of the age of both guys. The match barely gets on before Abyss spots a bottle of beer in the corner, grabs it, and he intentionally smashes it over the head of James Storm. Abyss laughs while Storm is out cold. EMTs and refs rush to the ring, followed by Bobby Roode, would go straight to check on his partner, whilst Abyss is laughing like a maniac as he walks up the ramp where Rosemary and Steve stand. So the storyline advances in our next segment, and that's a D43. Rosemary has a microphone, and she's a few words to say to Beer Money as the Decay stand by her side. She says, "You see, James Storm, you have to bring up something from Abyss's past. Now, this might have been unintentional, but Abyss's parents had a horrible time battling against alcoholism, and that has deeply affected Abyss's state of mind. So for you to bring that into the Impact Zone is nothing short of disgraceful and unprofessional. This Sunday, should James Storm make it, we'll see both teams collide, and if not, Bobby Roode, then you will take on the Decay in a handicap match. Good luck." So an E plus 34, because it's Rosemary that's cutting the promo, and yeah, so we have this matchup, the Decay versus Beer Money, basically playing on the fact that Abyss's parents were apparently alcoholics. Don't know if that offends anybody, but it's a storyline we have to bring in. It kind of suits Abyss's character, why he's turned out the way he is. I'm happy with it. Next up and about, they had some subpar wrestling and little heat. Spud defeats Aiden O'Shea in 6:28 by pinfall with the quick roll up. D42, Spud with a 43 and Aiden O'Shea with a 34. Spud defeats yet another non-X Division superstar. No skill improvements, but a nice little win for Spud. A few negatives there. Momentum, but hopefully that can boost Spud up. Callie then appears in the Titantron this time. She's been busy tonight. She says, "Well done, Spud. You've impressed me so much that you'll get your chance this Sunday in a triple threat match for the TNA X Division Championship. It's going to be Spud versus Kenny Omega versus the champion Phoenix." So E plus 32, TNA X Division storyline continues. And hopefully, we can keep building up that division. We're giving other guys an opportunity. Trevor Lee had won at the last pay-per-view, and Spud this time. So building everybody up plus the crop of guys we've brought in. Next up and about, they had some subpar wrestling and a little heat. Gail Kim defeated Ali in 10:07 by pinfall with an inverted stomp facebreaker. D plus 49. Gail Kim with a 53, Ali with a 29. Obviously, it's someone we have to really build up, similar to real life. I haven't caught a lot of TNA, admittedly, But the little clips I've watched, and maybe superstars I'm not too familiar with, the likes of your Ali's, your Siennas, Mike Bennett's and stuff like that. I didn't watch Ring of Honor, to be honest. So, learning about these characters and some of their storylines, you'll maybe see similar versions in this series as well. So, a few negatives there, but again, Ali, we need to build up. And she then heads backstage where Sienna's with her. She says, Ali, what the hell was that? You've let me down in a match-up that could have made your career. Now I'm going to have to rip into you. No, I'm not going to rip into you as much as I should, because before your match, Carly warned me. We have a match-up this Sunday, a tag team match, against Gail, Kim and Jade. So you better not let me down, and we better get the win, or else. And all Ali says is, yes, Miss Sienna, we will. I won't let you down. So playing up, she's a plucky underdog, but she's determined to prove her worth. And that's a D plus 48. What I'm worried at is why none of that is affecting her potential face turn. Anyway, next up in a decent matchup that had no heat or anything, it doesn't seem. Drew Galloway and Jay Lethal defeated the team of Eli Drake and Shibata in 11:56, when Drew Galloway defeated Eli Drake by the Future Shock DDT. Eli Drake was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone else's in-ring performance. A very respectable C plus 68, which included Jay Lethal and Drew not working as a team. Very well, they were all over the place, but Jay Lethal with 64, Drew Galloway with 67, Shibata 66, Eli Drake 44, continuing the TNA national storyline. Drew improving his flying skills, Jay Lethal improving performance, and really only minor negatives there, inconsistencies in chemistry. Basically this is Drew Galloway and Lethal picking up the victory over Drake and Shibata, but Drew is unhappy as he doesn't get his hands on Shibata all match-up. Lethal celebrates, but you can tell that Drew's frustrated. He gets a mic and he says, I've had enough of this. Shibata, stop dodging me. Now, I know this Sunday I have a title match against Jay Lethal for the TNA National Championship, but I really need to fight Shibata. So Carly, I'm sure Jay will be okay with this. Add Mr. Shibata to our matchup so I can not only win the TNA National Championship, but kick Shibata's ass. The crowd goes wild while Jay Lethal has a confused look on his face. So a C61, performance of Lethal was good, and Eli Drake looked terrible because he was in the ring, still knocked out. And the TNA National storyline continues. Only negative was the announce team. With Galloway and Lethal in the ring and Shibata at the top of the ramp, we then see the TNA owner Carly head to the ring, and she stands just a little bit behind Shibata. She says to Drew, is this what you want? You really want your opportunity to become a freeway at Turning Point? Forget no surrender. Now Jay, I know you're champion, but you should be a fighting champion, and you should want to overcome every obstacle put in front of you. So Drew, Jay, I can confirm this Sunday at Turning Point, Jay Lethal will defend his championship against not only Drew Galloway, but also Shibata. So the triple threat match is booked in, another multi-man match, just giving as many guys as possible a chance on the card. D plus 51, the national storyline advances, and Carly underperformed, but we're slowly building up her overness. It's into double figures, so it's going to be a long process, but we'll get there. Next up, we've got a promo from the champ. He says, tonight Barrett, you and your alliance will get a piece of their own medicine when me and the American Wolves team up to face you lot. All of us three just want to show you guys what to expect this Sunday. Speaking of this Sunday, we'll see what kind of man you really are. You won't have the tribunal in your corner, it's just going to be me versus you for my TNA World Heavyweight Championship. So try not to underestimate me this time. Right? So a solid B-74 promo that advances the storyline. And we end the show with a decent matchup, and it was Stu Barrett and the Tribunal getting the victory over Fergal Devitt and the American Wolves in 15-18 when Basil Baraka defeated Eddie Edwards by pinfall. So a great opportunity to put the Tribunal over, get them some exposure and overness. C plus 69. Eddie Edwards is a gimmick that's getting stale. Seal Baraka was off his game. He seemed off his, not suited his gimmick either. 69 for Eddie Edwards, 68 for Davey Richards, 79 for Fergal Devitt, 33 for Baron Dax, 36 for Basil Baraka, and 72 for Stu Barrett. It continues 2 storylines, however. Stu Barrett improving Rumble, technical skill increase for Eddie Edwards. And a few negatives there, but overall, pretty happy with that. The main thing is, it continues to get a C plus 69, so it's a good rating. That's minus Jericho and a few others, Adam Cole, the BC, all get the night off, and the show still increased popularity in all 18 regions that the show's broadcast in. So again, just continually plowing along, getting our popularity up, getting our importance up, and hopefully continuing to get closer to national. It'll all be a long grind, a lot longer than last year's series, but hopefully, as I say, we'll keep building storylines. Anything here that directly affects us? Not really. And the show, drawn a lot of praise. I will say we are trying to sign Brian Cage as well. I seen he was available and thought, let's sign Cage. There could be something there. So I know I said I was going to sign too many, but we'll see guys come and go. I feel like he's someone who we can definitely build something with. Baxton Sutter wants to get some victories. A 2.49 TV rating and 5k in the drug test. So not bad overall, another decent show. Does its job, continues to reduce prestige and momentum, makes us money financially. As I say, it is Turning Point coming up. We have improved morale issues, we've done a clear meeting and we'll do that again at Turning Point. But as I say, size is good. Just need to keep going at this pace. It's going to be a good bit till we get to national. But I should check is how is the industry doing in the US? Rising, so hopefully we can rise with it. So before we finish, I'll just quickly put the notepad up because it has my card. So as always, I'll just do this quickly before we jump into it. As always, any comments regarding this series, even your episodes and stuff like that, your saves, let me know. Honestly, not just here to chat about my stuff. Honestly, chat about your own. Let us know how you're getting on. If you're managing TNA, let me know who you've signed, who you've booked. Honestly, please let me know. Guys, are more than welcome. But apart from that, as I say, comments, likes, subscriptions are all deeply appreciated. In the comments section as well, if you'd like to put a predictions, and this is your match card. It's going to be Devitt versus Barrett for the World Heavyweight Championship, Phoenix, Omega and Spud for the X Division, Sienna and Ali versus Jade and Gale, it's Jericho versus Magnus versus Lashley versus Adam Cole for the TNA #1 contendership, EC3 versus Rey Mysterio 2, the Tribunal versus the BC versus the Wolves for the Tag Team Championships, Decay versus Beer Money, and Jeff Hardy versus Bram. And I've still put no surrender there, even though I can clearly tell it's Turning Point. So as always, guys, thanks for watching. As I say, if you want to start booking yourself, you want to get on the old YouTube or even written dynasties, 2 places I would recommend are the Grey Dog Software forums or the Fantasy Bookers subreddit. Apparently EW Warehouse is now no longer in existence. Apparently it's either been hacked or it's down completely. There is a site that's going to be up sooner. If it is up so far, it's going to be a while until like the old stuff's on it. But there's a link, if you want to Fantasy Bookers, there's going to be a link there and links to all sorts of stuff that will give you past mods, current databases, and so on and so forth. So definitely check that out, guys. Say they're the best places for all your TEW, no said EWR, the TEW resources. And if you don't want to play EWR, of course, the older version of this, there'll be a download link somewhere, and I would recommend EW Battleground for that. You've got a lot of good stuff there. Again, base packs, belts, historical mods, present day mods. We have such a community. It's just because of the whole thing with EW Warehouse, everything seems to be all over the place. And hopefully, this new site that comes up for TW, we can have everything put in one place and it can help the community thrive. Because I'll be honest, it's one of the better communities I've been in, which is really good to see. So, as always, thank you for tuning in. It's deeply appreciated. And hopefully, I shall see you for Turning Point. Also coming up, the G1 series, the WWE World Grand Prix, will be happening soon on my other save, on the WWE save, if you happen to watch that. It does take a bit of time. It is 19 episodes, but it'll be free a week. It'll be Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, I believe, for the whole of October, a good part of September, and then November has Survivor Series, I believe. I'm not sure. I'm booked up to the Royal Rumble. Well, I tell you, I'm booked up to the start of January. So I'm quite far in the videos, but I do expect to take like a wee break for TW to play FIFA for a bit. So all my focus will be on this TNA save. So enough of me blathering on. Anyway, aye, thanks for watching. I'll see you later on. Bye bye.